Hi. That is your life. Everything He will supply. Hi, Brother Agudosi, how are you today? Good day. Sorry, I'm enjoying some Travis Green. Called let me see. While I'm waiting. It's a very interesting song actually. So how are you today, sir? How's work? How's work? So today, I'll be treating the last time I treated the topic, the role of fathers in raising sons with the right value systems. Let me stop this. So, good afternoon. So the last time I treated a topic on the role of fathers in raising sons with the right value systems. So today I'll be treating the topic, the role of fathers in raising daughters with the right value system. The role of fathers in raising daughters with the right value system. And I must say that I got I got feedbacks. I got a lot of feedbacks from the last teaching, and so I said I was going to do this. So let me get to my notes. So one of the things you must know so well is that God created a male and a female differently. They have a different system of functioning. We are both humans, but the way a female reacts is not the same way a male reacts. The way a female reacts is not the same way a male reacts. So it's important for fathers to be important in the life of their daughters. It cannot be overlooked. You cannot assume that it's not important. And the reason why I'm saying that is when most of once a girl gets to an age of teen, maybe 18, 16, and she gets within the university, boys begin to woo them. They begin to have toasters. They begin to have people who is trying to say hello to them. It's important that before they get to that stage, they should have been well taught, because they know their dad has actually put them through. They are not moved within what happens within the university. They are not really perturbed. Why? Because they are well grounded and they've been well taught. So what are those roles a father is meant to perform? What are those responsibilities of a man to a daughter or daughters? I have a lot of points here actually, but I'm just going to put them in points. Number one, a father is meant to be a friend to our daughters. A father is meant to be a friend to the daughters. So what does friendship mean? Friendship simply means you communicating with your daughters, you speaking with them, you interacting with them. So it's compulsory for fathers to be friends to their daughters. And when I talk about friends, what I'm talking about is, one, when you're a friend to your daughter or daughters, they become confident women. They're confident. They're not timid. A lot of ladies are timid. Why? Because they've not been able to draw strength of boldness from their father. They've not been able to draw a sort of resemblance in terms of boldness from their father. So when they get to the outside world, I usually say, if our children are not well taught, the system of the world will try to crunch them. It will try to mold them. It will try to put them in a circle. It will try to put them in a box. Do you understand? So it's important you're a friend to your daughter. When you're a friend to your daughter, it breeds their self-confidence. It builds their self-esteem. What does self-esteem mean? Self-esteem simply means you knowing yourself. Self-esteem means self-worth. Self-esteem means you being able to know who you are from the inside. That is why it's important that you affirm your children, your daughters, with more of their internal values. More of their internal values. Because as soon as they see their outside beauty as their main focus, once someone stops telling them they are beautiful, then they have a self-image problem. So being their friend builds their self-esteem. Also tell your daughters that they are beautiful, both inside out, and they are very smart. Tell them they are beautiful, but lay emphasis to the things, internal beauty. Lay emphasis to inside beauty, their inward beauty. Because after everything fades away, after every single thing fades away, what remains is their internal beauty. Once a lady can be able to understand that she's beautiful from the inside, they won't be able to go into prostitution. They won't be able to do some things that other ladies are doing. I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday while I was coming back, I went out yesterday, and while I was coming back, a lady from the bus where I was, the big bus I was in, got a call. She got a call, someone called her. And she tried leaving the bus, but the bus was still moving. Normally when you get a call, you are meant to wait. The driver said, okay, just hold on, let me stop. Guess what happened? The lady just walked out of the bus. She just walked out while the bus was moving. And instantly I told myself, the reason why that must have happened is because she has not been properly taught how to manage her emotions. She just walked out of the bus. I was like, oh my goodness. So it's important that you are a friend to your daughters so that when they get to the outside world, I tell you, they won't be crunched. Just solidify them or build their self-esteem. So also being their friend, you also need to spend quality time with them. As a father, spend quality time with your daughters. Speak to them. And like you should know that if you have more than one daughter, okay, Queen Gift, thank you so much for watching. If you have more than one daughter or your children generally, you should know that you don't compare your children with each other. You don't compare them. Why? Because God has created each and every one of us with our individual strength and weaknesses. Each and every one of us, we have things that we are strong at and we have things that we are weak at. So spend quality time with them. To become their best of friends, you need to spend quality time with them. Number two, as a father to your daughters, you need to be their anchor. You need to be their anchor. What is an anchor? An anchor is someone or anyone who provides stability or confidence in an otherwise uncertain situation. An anchor is someone who provides stability in situations that are not even favorable. Why is stability needed? Stability is needed in uncertain situations. So as a father, you need to be an anchor to your kids, especially to both sons. I've done for sons, now I'm talking about your daughters. They need to be able to see you as someone who they can actually confide in. They need to be able to see you as someone who that they can actually they can see themselves in. So when they see you as their father, they can see an image of themselves. Why? Because you have some excellent characteristics of what they want as humans. So as a father, you need to be an anchor to your daughters. As a father, help your daughters reach for the stars. I mean, encourage them. Push them. When I say push, not physical push, but be able to engage their mind intellectually as women to be. I did a little research. You know, science. Most of science is done by observation. I did a little research. I called some few ladies together, and I began to ask them questions. So I asked them, so tell me, did you study at all this week? What new thing did you learn this week? And to my surprise, guess what? They didn't really learn anything new. They were not challenged to actually learn anything new. They were not challenged to do that. So as a father, you need to encourage your daughters. Let them reach for the stars. They don't need to be inferior to men. They don't have to be inferior to men. So also, be a shoulder they can cry on. I'm just naming these things. I'm sure as I'm saying them, so many thoughts will be coming to your mind. So many thoughts will actually be registering in your mind. So be an anchor to your daughters. Number three, this is very interesting for me because I love to teach. So it's very interesting. Number three, as a father, you need to be a teacher to your daughters. They don't have to get to school before they are being taught. The home is the foundation of every functioning society. The home is the foundation of a functioning society. So, one, as a father, you need to be a teacher to your daughters. Who is a teacher? A teacher is someone who helps others to acquire knowledge, competence, and value. A teacher is someone who helps others to acquire knowledge, competence, and value. It simply means those three key factors. Those three key factors. You must be able to put those things, knowledge, competence, and value. Those three things must be found in your daughters. They must be found in your daughters, knowledge, competence, and value. So, what are the other things you need to teach your daughters? One, as a father, you have to be able to listen to your daughter or daughters. Just let me use one, singular, your daughter. Know that in their formative years, you are the most important man in their life. You should be the most important man in their life. You should be the most important man in their life. In the formative year of my daughters, I should be the most important man in their life. Even when they've all grown up, I should be able to be there for them. I should be an anchor to them, like I've mentioned. So you have to be able to listen to them. A good teacher is someone who listens. A good teacher is someone who knows how to communicate very well. Number three, as a teacher, you have to be knowledgeable about how to necessarily interact with your daughter. Knowledge is very important. You should know that the way a boy sees something is different from the way a lady sees it. They are different. And that's why God created us differently. So you have to be able to learn how to interact with them knowledgeably. As a teacher, you have to be able to sit them down to teach them the components of life, the basics of life, the foundation of life, the things that life requires for them to be successful. Talk to them about sex education. It's important that you speak to them about sex education. Don't hide it from them. If you hide it from them, they'll teach them from outside. Teach and encourage them to be deep thinkers. Teach and encourage them to be deep thinkers. It's so important. Teach them about relationships. You need to properly teach them of what relationship is all about. Most of the ladies that are going through a lot now is because they don't know what relationship is. They don't have an idea of what it is. So when they get into one, all they are looking for is physical affirmations from the guy. Just physical affirmations. So once the guy tells them, I love you, their head is off their body. Because those are the things they lacked while they were growing up. So teach them about relationships, the basics of having a strong relationship. Teach them the importance of reading. There's a lot. I used to say that parenting is a lot of hard work. I'm saying this is because if we don't do this, we'll be raising ladies that are biomasses. What is a biomass? A biomass is someone who is ruled by emotions. All that moves you is emotions. So if we don't do these things, they will be driven by emotions. And sorry to say, animals don't think. Every other creatures don't think. The only creature God created to be able to think is we humans. So it's important for us to teach them these things. So as I already said, teach them how to read. The importance of reading is so important. Also, one other thing I want to add is, as a father, let your daughters go out with you. When you're going to, especially events that can help them grow in their mind. Events that can encourage them to think. Events that can encourage them to be creative. Events that can encourage them to be innovative. I want to ask, how many inventors have you seen that are female inventors? How many? I know there are inventors that are female out there, but you can count them. You can count them. You can number them. So it's important that you encourage them. You take them out to gatherings that can make them think, to gatherings that can, help them grow, that can nourish their mind, to gatherings that can make them someone to become a personality. So take them to conferences. Like I said, teach them how to think. Teach them how to think. Encourage them to be creative. At a very young age, get a library for them. Let them have their own library. Stock up books for them as they grow up. A lot of books, stock it up for them. Number four, as a father to your daughter, you have to be their hero. An hero is someone who they have to look up to. Let your daughters look up to you. Let your daughters look up to you. Number 5, encourage them. Don't tear them down. Don't tear them down. Encourage them. They might be struggling in so many areas. Observe those areas and call their attention to it. But don't tear them down with your words. Words are powerful. Words carry weight. Words carry life. Words carry huge substance. So encourage them academically, or whatever endeavors they've laid their hands on. It could be business, it could be anything productive. Encourage them. Number 6, also set boundaries and consequences for them. Set boundaries and consequences for them. Let them know this is their boundary. Let them know if they cross such boundaries, this is the punishment waiting for them. So set boundaries and consequences for them is also very important. Don't just close your eyes to things. No. Don't close your eyes to things. Once you observe it, call them to order and explain to them the reason why you are correcting them. They need to know why. It's not just enough to tell them, don't do this again. No, why shouldn't they do it again? Let them know the repercussions of what they are doing. Number seven. This is, for me, this is one of the most important points. Number 7 says, as a father, to be able to raise daughters with the right value systems, you need to love their mom, which is your wife. You need to love their mom and take care of her, which is your own wife. The way you treat their mom will send signals to them and the way they should be treated. So if I treat my wife with a lot of love and respect, I help her out with chores, I support her with words, I support her with action, I push her to become better. They are actually observing those things. So when it's time for them to settle down, they won't settle for anything less. They won't settle for anything less. Why? Because you become their role model. You've become someone of value to their life. You've become someone who encourages them. You've become someone with the right value systems. You've become someone who is their hero. You've become their friend. You've become their teacher. So when it's time for them to settle down, they wouldn't settle for anything less. They wouldn't settle for anything less. And I hope you've been able to learn something today. Above all, just give it your best in ensuring that you raise the best of women. Give it your best. Give it your best shot. Not doing it in terms of struggling. No. Let it be natural. Let it be natural. Let it be natural, because females think that they have to be inferior to men. No. You can never be inferior to a man. You can never, and you shouldn't be inferior to a man. Never. So they have to also be taught how to become a personality, so that they can also bring a positive change to their world. I hope you've been able to learn something. I hope I tried, and I hope I inspired you. I hope I really inspired you. Brother Albert, so good to see you. Blessed Jeffrey, my wife, Queen Shon Yaya, how's the work? Queen Gift, Deborah, Olayimika David, Esther Kuganja, how are you, ma? I salute, how you doing? Delaja Johnson, so good to see you. So, before I go, please let's go and share this button. Just hit your share button. I'll be here tomorrow by 2 o'clock. That's 12 a.m. Nigerian and UK time, and 2 p.m. Cyprus time. Thank you so much. I love you. Remember to share this so that people can listen to this. Bye, and God bless.